This episode of Internet Today is brought to you by ExpressVPN and by Gabby.
Well, we certainly hope everyone had a good holiday weekend and didn't lose any fingers. Here in Los Angeles, we were once again treated to the biggest illegal fireworks show in existence as a non-stop barrage of explosives crackled through the sky for hours on end. I tried to go to sleep, woke up, it was like midnight and they were still going off. Of course, that left behind a few burning palm trees and a haze of smoke blanketing the city for the entire next day.
Sulfuric sort of hint in the air.
Don't bother looking at the air quality index. You're going to have a bad time. Yeah, also, though, a bunch of pissed off dogs, cats, and war veterans.
Yeah, them. Well.
Now, look, what can we say, though? America was back. The 4th of July, it was considering what happened last year on 4th of July, which was nothing.
I mean, last year there were just as many explosions as this year. In fact, more. This year was kind of a downgrade. Probably because they confiscated all like 1 million of those fireworks.
Well, yeah, just like San Diego, we had one big boom downtown.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing could truly capture the spirit of America more than the following image, which was shared far and wide as soon as it made its way online. Now, take off your hats and get your saluting hands ready because there he goes, the face of America. Mark Zuckerberg riding some sort of electric surfboard on a lake while waving an American flag as John Denver's Take Me Home Country Roads plays in the background. Zuckerberg posted this directly to his own Instagram account, which is listed as Zuck over the weekend, and it was rightly mocked online because he looks ridiculous. But if there was a modern image of what America stands for these days, it's definitely a billionaire whose company is causing and profiting off of the downfall of humanity, waving a flag while riding an electric-powered surfboard in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
At least this time, his face wasn't completely caked in sunscreen like some sort of kabuki.
Yeah, it did look like it was like at sunset, so maybe he's like, well, I'm not going to go out without my sunscreen, but everyone said I look stupid. So I'll just go out when the sun gets low.
He's probably nursing some really bad burns right now.
Yeah, both online and in real life.
Mark!
Yeah.
You're as red as a tomato!
Those surfboards, though, like, everyone online claims that this is an electric-powered one, but I've seen the ones where you just use, like, the pump power. You just, like, pump a certain way and it works. Also,
I don't get it.
He's catching some of the wake from, like, a boat. I think. I don't know. But either way, yes, this is he was definitely doing the America thing.
He was. He sure was.
And ignoring any copyright violations in the process.
That's right. No DMCA for
the
man
Zuck.
In charge.
As my friends call me, Zuck.
And I bet he did a lot of grilling this weekend, too. Some
yeah, he probably did.
Rays.
Yeah, he probably had his compound in Lake
Brisket
Tahoe.
And ribs, I hope.
Well, as long as they had Sweet Baby Ray's down at the local supermarket, I'm happy. Got my flag, got my electric surfboard. What else do you need? Anyways, also over this very patriotic weekend, one of our country's best athletes, one that was apparently a favorite to bring home gold from this year's Summer Olympics in Tokyo, might not, and is looking like is not, going to compete because she tested positive for an illicit substance during a routine test administered by the United States Anti-Doping Agency.
That's a big no-no.
And yeah, this would have been upsetting if the substance that she tested positive for was some kind of steroid or actual performance-enhancing drug. But it's just infuriating because the drug she tested positive for and the drug that is going to keep her from representing our nation in the Olympics was marijuana.
Well, what event was she in? Hot dog eating?
Yes. She was going to take down Joey Chestnut and there was going to be nobody who stood in her way.
Yeah.
Joey the Jaws Chestnut.
That's about the only situation I can see testing positive for marijuana being like worth even pointing out.
By the way, he broke his own record. He took down 76 hot dogs in, I think it was 10 minutes or 15 minutes?
That man is flying too close to the sun.
Yeah.
He needs to quit while he's ahead.
He also did like an online challenge where he chugged an entire 2-liter of Diet Coke without burping.
Oh, God.
He burped afterwards, but it was a wonderful display of patriotism.
Yeah, that's
Nathan's hot dog eating
America's
contest.
The real national sport.
But back to the real Olympics, not that I'm hating on the Nathan's contest. Yeah, this woman tested positive for marijuana. Why does anyone care about marijuana? I don't know. It's like testing for alcohol. There is absolutely no way that it's a performance-enhancing drug unless the performance is overeating or being abnormally interested in something that you would typically be bored of.
Like most of the events that are in the Olympics.
Not trying to be the best at studying.
So yeah, late last week it was reported that American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson had tested positive for marijuana after winning a women's 100-meter race at the U.S. track and field trials in Oregon. which automatically invalidated her result in that event. As a result of the positive test, she accepted a 1-month suspension, which would be completed just a day or two before the track and field event that she would be competing in would begin in Tokyo.
Yeah.
But now she won't be selected for the team, all because she used pot. Dope.
The devil's lettuce.
Yeah, which, as far as we know, has no positive effects on running whatsoever.
No.
Here's the New York Times.
USA Track and Field has notified other women who competed in the 100-meter final at the trials about the failed drug test, according to 2 people with direct knowledge of the information. And several runners have been told that they have moved up a spot in the final standings. Jenna Prandini, who placed 4th at the trials, has been notified that she will now be one of the 3 American women running in the 100 in Tokyo. And Gabby Thomas, who finished 5th at the trials, was named as an alternate for the race, the people said. Richardson will be eligible to return to competition just before the track and field events at the games begin on July 30th. That day's schedule includes the first qualifying rounds in the women's 100, an event that now will happen without her. Adding that it is possible that Richardson could still compete in the 4x100 meter relay, even if she is ruled out of the individual race. That decision would be up to the USA Track and Field, the national governing body of the sport. Now, for their part, the U.S. Olympic Committee is basically just saying that, hey, look, we can't bend the rules. They're set by the World Doping Agency. Still, it is extremely frustrating, to say the least.
Yeah.
And look, I don't think that she should even have to give an excuse. I don't think it should be something that she's kicked out of the Olympics for.
Yeah, it's like asking for an excuse for drinking a beer.
But her excuse is that she found out that her mother died, and that obviously gave her some stress and anxiety, and wanted to relax a bit, so she smoked a little bit of pot.
Yeah, seems like it shouldn't be that big of a deal, guys.
But anyways, yeah, and the thing is like they gave her the minimum thing required, which is 1 month.
Yeah, but the Olympics are about to happen.
That's the thing. But if U.S. Track and Field had been like, all right, well, she's finishing that thing 2 days before, we can still have her on. It just sucks. It sucks all around.
Yeah, and she was like on track to break some records, or at least do really damn well. There was this whole fucking discourse from this woman who runs this fucking right-wing rag called Quillette. She got ratioed harder than I've ever seen anyone get ratioed in the history of Twitter by not only going after Sha'Carri, but then also in this fucking thread of just complete idiocy, like implying that Flojo, the late Flojo, died of a drug overdose when she died of a seizure. She's like, another noted drug abuser. It's like, what are you? You're just making shit up. The ratio was insane. It was like tens of thousands of quote tweets just telling you to shut the fuck up.
No. Well, there you go.
Anyway, speaking of sports suspensions, turns out there's been some trouble over in the FaZe Clan.
Yes, FaZe Clan.
Which is an esports and content creation organization that is almost always the one that's in the news for some kind of drama. Mm-hmm. And this recent incident is no different because it looks like at least some members of FaZe have been dropped for participating in what appears to be a cryptocurrency pump and dump scam for a token that's ironically called Save the Children, which was promoted as a crypto that would build a better world for kids. But it's looking like build a better world for kids might have actually meant line the pockets of FaZe Clan members.
They're building a better world for me, the member of FaZe Clan.
They are. A lot of them, they're not exactly children, but...
Me, FaZe Jarvis. Since I'm banned from Fortnite, this is the only thing I can do.
So here's the gist of what happened from Kotaku's lengthy and ongoing coverage of this scandal.
A cryptocurrency token called Save the Kids was released in June. What set this specific token apart was that it promised users that a percentage of the proceeds would go to charity. The coin also came with a slate of influencer ambassadors, including Rice Gum and FaZe Nikon, I don't know these people's names, sorry, who shared news of its development and release with their fan bases. What happened next will sound familiar to anyone following crypto news lately. The value of the coin seemed solid for a day or two, only to immediately plummet. Anyone who purchased tokens lost money by several orders of magnitude, with the value going from about a penny to about a tenth of a penny. Generally, this tends to happen when investors sell their tokens while the going is good, cashing out in a method colloquially known as pumping and dumping. Anyone who didn't sell in that window is left holding the proverbial bag. Now, the question on everyone's minds is, did FaZe members know or plan any of this? And up until that point in their coverage, the organization had declined to comment.
So they point out that the Save the Kids token was using these social media endorsements in a way that would instill confidence in investors because it appeared as though people they knew and followed were all investing in it. And hey, a portion is going to charity, so that's cool, right?
And why would all these FaZe Clan members give up their own money to invest in something if it wasn't a surefire thing?
Yeah, well, you just learned something, didn't you?
Yeah.
Quote, we've partnered with several ambassadors to give investors the social proof and confidence that we are in it for the long haul. A linked white paper on the official and high-gloss Save the Kids website reads. According to that same document, Save the Kids was championed by influencers that have around 20 million combined followers. So FaZe K was first to acknowledge anything on Twitter and apologized while saying that he had no ill intent. I want you all to know that I had no ill intent promoting any crypto altcoins. I honestly and naively thought we all had a chance to win, which just isn't the case. I didn't vet any of this with my team at FaZe, and I now know I should have. The fact that he's talking about it like we all had a chance to win.
Yeah. We all bet on black, and I'm sorry that we did that. They spun the roulette wheel, and it turned out to be red. But also, I took a little, I might have, I'm not alluding that this person specifically did, but some people may have taken some chips off the table while the ball was bouncing.
I mean, it is very, zero sum. There's going to be winners and losers. So it's impossible for everyone to win at cryptocurrency.
Well, it didn't take long for the organization to respond and try to save face, with an official statement coming late last week from their official Twitter account where they stated the following. We have made the decision to remove K from FaZe Clan and have suspended Jarvis, Nikan, and Tico until further notice. FaZe Clan had absolutely no involvement with our members' activity in the cryptocurrency space, and we strongly condemn their recent behavior. The trust and respect of our fans has always been and will always be our #1 priority. And yeah, the previously mentioned FaZe Jarvis has already faced controversy as he was the one who started crying after he was banned from Fortnite for life due to cheating.
Yeah, and didn't he was pretty open about his cheating.
Yeah, he was just doing it.
He just did
on stream.
And he's like, wait, I didn't know, I thought it was, yeah, that's interesting. It's also interesting that they would name the token Save the Kids, because that has some pretty loud dog whistles to QAnon. Those people have very much co-opted the concept of saving the children and whatnot.
Well, it seems to be a recurring theme with any new token where they give a, not saying it happened in this case, of course, but new tokens that are coming up, there have been a lot of examples where the token, the people that created the token, will give an allotted amount to influencers to talk about it and then be like, and then we're making it available to everyone. So you enjoy your tokens, and then the harder you push it, the more valuable it's going to be, and then
you can get the hell out.
And then you get the hell out. So it's like if they, in theory, gave them a bunch of Save the Kids tokens, and then we're like, look, yeah, you're going to promote it. Here's a billion pennies.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that when your fans buy it, a bit of it goes to a charity. So even if they lose money, it's still going to charity. That's cool, right?
I mean, I'd like to see verification that even that part is correct now. I have my suspicions that that might not be on the level either.
Yeah. So be wary when investing in cryptocurrency and use reputable outlets if you can.
Assume you are being grifted.
And
until further notice.
And only invest, just like with regular stocks, although crypto is more volatile, only invest what you're willing to lose.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Anyway, there's your esports report for the year.
Hope you enjoyed it.
See you next year.
Yeah.
But we do have more news coming up for you, including a stern warning from the CDC that actually has nothing to do with coronavirus for once.
Hey, cool.
And some more propaganda from the anti-work-from-home people, those shills for big office.
Yeah.
But first, let's take a quick second to thank today's sponsors, starting with ExpressVPN. We obviously love ExpressVPN and can say with confidence that it's the best VPN on the market. But here's some good reasons why. ExpressVPN doesn't log your activity online. Lots of cheap or free VPNs make money by selling your data to advertisers, but ExpressVPN does not do that. They even developed a technology, Trusted Server, that makes their VPN servers incapable of storing any data at all.
It's also about speed. ExpressVPN now uses Lightway, a new VPN protocol they engineered to make user speeds faster than ever. Well, we've tried many VPNs in the past, and they can, sometimes slow down your connection. But ExpressVPN is always blazing fast and lets us stream videos in HD quality with zero buffering. Like we've said before, you will forget that it's on. It's also very easy to use. There's no technical skills needed. Just fire up the app. You tap one button to connect. It's so easy, even grandma can use it to block the ISPs from spying on her. And look, it's not just us saying this. CNET, The Verge, and many other tech journals rate ExpressVPN the #1 VPN in the world. So protect yourself with the VPN that we use and trust. Use our link, expressvpn.com/todaydaily today, and get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That is expressvpn.com/todaydaily. Visit expressvpn.com/todaydaily or click the link down below to learn more.
EXPRESSVPN. So this episode is also sponsored by Gabi. There are hundreds of companies out there claiming to compare auto and home insurance rates, but there's only one who actually does it. Get a better insurance with Gabi. And I know it because I've done it. Gabi is the one true comparison platform with fast, verifiable quotes, not ballpark guesses. Use your current policy to find a better policy, comparing your current coverage with 40 of the top insurance providers like Progressive, Nationwide, and Travelers, all in one place. Use your current insurance information to get started. It is free. And they only show you policies that are the same or better than your current coverage, many of them at a lower price. I did this, and it turned out I actually have tremendous insurance. They did show me some other options in case I wanted to change sort of like the parameters of it. But yeah, it was nice to know that I actually have one of the best options out there.
And like Elliot said, you just plug your information into this. It takes a couple minutes, and then it gives you the options if you want to save money or stick with your insurance. It's very easy to use. And Gabi customers, they save $961 per year on average. And by the way, Gabi will never sell your info, so no annoying spam or robocalls. Put your policy to the test like we did. Get a better insurance with Gabi. It's totally free to check, and there is no obligation. Go to gabi.com/todaydaily. That is GABI.com/todaydaily. Gabi.com/todaydaily.
All right, back in the news now with a stern warning from the Centers for Disease Control, aka the CDC. And like we said, it's pretty refreshing to see some warnings about what you should or shouldn't do that aren't COVID related, even if it's just for a brief moment in time. But this summertime suggestion is also being widely mocked online. It's mainly just because it's a ridiculous concept to think about, and it's something you would hope people would avoid doing anyway.
Yeah.
Also, the graphic they made for it is disgusting and hilarious. Don't shit in the pool, guys, or more accurately, don't swim or let your kids swim if sick with diarrhea. One person with diarrhea can contaminate the entire pool. And you see these signs on every public pool outside. It's like, if you've had loose stools in the last 2 weeks, you better not go in there.
Don't you go in that hot tub.
What are you going to do? Call the cops?
I'm going to infect everyone in this apartment complex. What are you going to do about it?
Within any 2-week period, I've eaten Mexican food, so I'm sorry, folks.
Watch out. Yeah. You want to jump in the chili bowl with me? That's up to you.
Yeah.
The main takeaway here is don't let your kids shit in the pool. Don't shit in the pool in yourself.
Yeah.
And if you have diarrhea, especially actively, or have had it, don't go in the pool. It's that simple, okay? And yes, the graphic accompanying the tweet about healthy swimming habits features a girl going down a water slide and leaving a literal trail of shit behind her.
Someone got a little too horny making this graphic. I don't like it.
Well, look, we feel like everyone watching already has a pretty damn good idea why it's bad to go into a pool or a hot tub while suffering from diarrhea, especially since we literally just covered a story where an entire television production was shut down because people were shitting all over each other and spreading their shit germs everywhere, causing even more people to get sick and shit on water slides. Yeah. Face first. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, here's the expanded explanation from the official CDC website. When someone swallows contaminated recreational water in hot tubs, pools, water playgrounds, or oceans, lakes, and rivers, they can get sick with diarrhea. In fact, diarrhea is the most common illness spread through recreational water.
It continues. Tiny amounts of poop are rinsed off swimmers' bottoms as they swim through the water. If someone with infectious diarrhea, which can contain up to 1 billion germs, gets in recreational water, germs can be washed off their bottom and contaminate the water. These germs can make someone else sick if they swallow even a small amount of contaminated water. They then repeat some of the vital rules like stay out of the water if you're sick with diarrhea. Shower before you get in the water. Don't poop in the water. Don't swallow the water.
These are good suggestions.
Yeah. These tips, they're highlighted next to yet another official CDC graphic that states visually, if you wouldn't if you wouldn't swim in a toilet, then why would you shit in the pool? What the fuck?
It's a girl with a mask and snorkel with just her head popping out of a toilet, and then a small kiddie pool with a giant brown streak floating in it. If you wouldn't do this, then why would you do this?
This is way better than you wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't swim in a toilet. So yeah, I mean, they raise a very good point there. But since this is a suggestion from the CDC, we can only imagine that a large portion of Americans who don't like being told what to do will now just head straight down to the local public pool and just let her rip. Kick-starting a brand new poop-demic in the process. I did see multiple, when they tweeted this out, in the quote tweets, there was a lot of patriots being like, oh, you think we're going to listen to you after you lied to us? And it's just like, are you saying that you're going to shit in swimming pools to own the libs? Like,
you know what I'm going to do?
That's what you're saying.
I'm going to take the biggest, stinkiest meat shit after my 4th of July barbecue, and I'm not going to wipe, and I'm going to waddle down to the pool at the community center, and I'm going to clean my ass right there in that water.
I'm going to go down to a local water park, and I'm going to do what that little girl in the graphic did. I'm going to start pooping right when I start going down the slide, face first. I'm just going to leave a big old trail of shit for everyone else to follow me.
What do I care if they get sick?
Yeah, take that, Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci says I can't shit in the pool. Well, watch this.
Yeah. It's called the First Amendment.
I would love to start the rumor that it's specifically Dr. Fauci saying that you can't shit in pools. And I'm going to wipe my ass with a mask.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, they would. They would do that.
And I'm going to shit in a mask, and I'm going to wear it to prove that I won't get diarrhea from my own shit.
Yeah. They're telling me that putting poop in your mouth gets you sick with poop? Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, get a load of this. Dr. Fauci is literally saying not to eat shit.
Yeah. You going to let him just tell you what to do like that? Or are you going to do something about it?
Yes, I'll have to wait and see. Oh, man.
Are you going to let that little old man push you around, or are you going to take action?
And eat shit like a real American.
You're going to poop in the pool and drink it back up.
I'm going to poop.
This is America.
In America, we shit into a hot dog bun and we eat it because we like the way it tastes.
This is nasty.
It's disgusting.
Let's move on from the poop talk. We've been following the not-so-subtle trend of businesses and outlets that are trying to convince employees that working from home sucks, and you should be begging companies to return you to that damn cubicle so you can benefit from all the amazing perks of commuting back and forth to an office every fucking day.
Yes.
It's all bullshit. You've heard us complain plenty, but we should probably reiterate once again that we know not everyone can work from home, but convincing those who can to keep it up actually makes things better for everyone, especially in big cities with lots of traffic.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have some next level fear-mongering coming for you in the form of computer-generated renders. More of this shit again.
Yep.
Computer-generated renders of what you could look like if you keep working from home. Oh my gosh.
This is almost...
I think this is the 5th one we've covered.
Yep. Emma was the one before this. So this is almost the exact same kind of thing that we previously covered specifically with Emma, where experts showed how a lifetime of office work will evolve the human body. They showed off a woman who's got a hunched back, swollen limbs, and bloodshot eyes. We all remember Emma, right?
Yeah, Emma was designed by a company that sells office furniture, by the way.
So there you go.
So, yeah.
Well, guess what? Cancel that. You actually want to be Emma.
Yeah, Emma, that's the best you can hope for.
Yeah, because if you continue to work from home, you're going to end up looking like this computer generation here, which is this latest team of experts. They haven't even given this one a name. That's how much you don't want to be this.
The amount of effort in these, like the first one, Graham, the car accident man.
Yeah, well done.
That was like just an insane amount of work put into it. It was like photorealistic. It was an actual physical model. And now they're just like shitting these things out in like fucking Maya.
Yeah, like, well, Emma at least still looked like it was a wholly original computer generation. This one looks like they used the content-aware stretching tool and shit like that in Photoshop, where they're just like, they're getting really lazy.
Yeah.
They're just like, just make her like fat and unattractive, and that's what you're gonna look like when you work from home.
You're gonna go from being a solid 6 to like a low 3.
Exactly. And look, with the work from home and the work from office renders, they're honestly showing off almost identical problems. But like we said, the work from home render, it kind of looks better than Emma. It honestly, like, at least looks a little bit healthier than Emma. Emma looks like a crypt keeper. This woman just looks kind of overweight.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's fear-mongering propaganda, I still want to work from home.
Yeah, Emma looks like someone you keep in the basement.
Yeah. Have you seen the new one?
I caught a glimpse of it. I didn't
Okay. I was going to show it to you, but there you go.
But here's the explanation. Here's the explanation from the doctors at Lloyd's Pharmacy.
Sure.
The average person working from home long-term could end up with sallow skin and a hunched back, according to a new study revealed through a terrifying visual. Lloyd's Pharmacy doctors predict that in just 5 years' time, the average person's skin will become sallow from a lack of sunlight. They'll gain weight from a lack of exercise and develop a hunch from poor posture. The team of experts have warned these could be the lasting impacts of habits established as a result of the pandemic on our long-term health. The hard-hitting visual shows a hunched woman with poor posture who has gained weight and developed sallow skin, deteriorating eyesight, hair loss, and ground-down teeth from grinding in her sleep. It was created in response to research that highlighted the detrimental impact lockdown lifestyle changes, including working from home, had on overall health. These are all problems that you would get just as easily
at work,
at an office. Like,
yes.
People in cubicles all day aren't getting sunlight.
Exactly.
They're fucking even more stressed out when they go to bed because they have to drive an hour each
Yeah, they
way.
have to wake up in the morning, get ready, look decent enough to walk into an office, like to where someone doesn't think that you're like a raging alcoholic or depressed. Like, hey, button it up, buddy.
And unless the chairs at the office are good. Like,
which in a lot of cases they are not.
Yeah, this is dumb.
They add that people will be gaining weight because they previously had a routine that took them outside of their home, starting with that daily commute into
driving
work.
in a car?
Yeah. Well, you have to walk to the car,
this
Elliot.
Is so stupid.
Your posture's going to get screwed up because your lazy ass is probably working from the couch or a kitchen table.
I mean...
you're losing sleep now because, quote, with many of us working from home, the compression time between work and home has been removed, which can lead to anxieties from work following you into your downtime, making it difficult to switch off each night and fall into a peaceful slumber.
But, dude, oh my, that one...
It's not like people who go into offices aren't bringing their work home with them.
This is a major fucking problem that is getting worse and worse. Yeah, people who, like, they're in a salaried job that's technically 9 to 5, but they need to have their phone on at all times and be able to take calls from their superiors.
The problem there is that specifically here and in a lot of other countries, there is a blurred line of work-life balance when you're in a position like that.
It's really
so
bad.
It doesn't really matter if you're home or at work. You have to set those boundaries, and your work has to not want to fire you over those boundaries.
Yeah. So.
There's also as Elliot mentioned earlier, the lack of vitamin D from not going outside, which is another problem with working in an office.
It's again the 5 minutes of like getting in and out.
No, you got the sunroof.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also the reduction in sex and sexual performance because of social distancing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, obviously nearly every one of those problems is something you could suffer from while working in an office or something that just requires a small lifestyle change while working from home. Yes. You're not going to turn into some gargoyle freak in 5 years.
Yeah,
Shut
and
the
if you
fuck
do,
up.
just make some lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You're going to have an extra 2 hours a day to do things.
If you feel your body transforming into this, maybe just, do something about that.
Yeah.
So go for a walk. Exercise with the extra 2 to 3 hours that you have every day thanks to not commuting to and from work.
Yes.
There are many ways to make a work from home experience even more healthy than a work from office
And you know what is better than walking to the car and then sitting in traffic for an hour and a half in the morning? Going for a walk in your neighborhood.
Or a stroll.
Yeah, go for a nice stroll through the city, through your neighborhood, to a park with your extra time. Yes, very calming.
Yeah, I mean, you could create a permanent home office solution now that you know it'll be a permanent thing. You could meet people or have social relationships anywhere outside of work, which would probably be healthier and less prone to disaster anyway, considering a falling out or a breakup at work makes things extremely awkward if you're in the same building, but not so much.
If you're working from home, tell them not to come over anymore.
Nevertheless, if you work from home, you're going to look like a monster.
Sorry.
So better start begging those businesses to bring you back now, or else you'll turn ugly. Like this freak.
When did this become this? Well, they both look terrible.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just be miserable either way. I'd rather not commute into work.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyways, in case you missed it, we had a very patriotic, very special 4th of July episode of Weekly Weird News.
Update to that. They're now claiming they confiscated, like, this can't be right, but they're claiming they confiscated like 70,000 pounds of fireworks from one house.
Yeah.
It was just like that. No, there's no way that's fucking true.
Yeah, they're really doing the work backwards on here to make sense of this whole.
And also just
thing.
the way it's been framed in the stories. It's like, you know, taking the police passive voice problem in journalism to the max with this one. It's been incredible.
Yeah. And then be sure to check out the most recent episode of News Dump. Check those both out right over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back soon for some Tech News Day. Hope you had a good holiday weekend if you're from the States. And if not, a weekend.
America's back.
See you throughout the rest of this week. Thanks.
Bye-bye.